Ad break. So the basins are incredibly important, again, because you want to water them. You're not only just watering them from the bottom for the dome and for over here, but also in your garden. Now granted, yes, you can rain down water onto your garden, and throughout the video series you will notice that I do that, but the healthiest way to do this is by watering early in the morning, so your plants have enough time to get rid of all the water droplets on the leaves, so when the sun comes out, it won't scorch your leaves. This is why, huge helping tip, don't water your plants during the day, like during the brightness of day. Direct sunlight is what everyone says. Don't water your plants in direct sunlight. You will end up scorching them. This is the same thing for your grass. If you have a lawn, you don't want to water your plant. You don't want to water your lawn in the middle of the day, because it's going to scorch the grass and it's going to dry up the soil that much faster and worse. So by watering from the top, you have a better chance of drying the soil out and killing the plant. So if you're going to water like a sprinkler or a hose or anything like that, do you like my pantomimes? So if you're going to water from a sprinkler or a hose, make sure you're doing it very early in the morning, like before the sun is really up. We did ours probably about 6:15ish in the morning. Granted, we have to be up 6 o'clock every day to get our cats insulin, but I forgot where I was going. So you want to be up early to water them, or you can do it late at night. We found that the later you do it in the evening, like once the sun is down, you go out and water the plants, which you can. We've done it quite a few times. We found that it's easier to grow mold and mildew at night because everything's moist at night than it is in the morning. So we started seeing a lot more mushrooms come up. We started seeing a lot of mold and mildew grow from watering at night. So we decided to only really water it in the morning. Man, I am just knocking these out. Watering is obviously really important, and the first thing you're going to want to do, just like a goldfish, is feed it all the freaking time. And just like a goldfish, that can be really damaging. So early on in the gardening process, I would water every day. I would come down here and just keep adding water, keep adding water, keep adding water. And as you're going to watch throughout the video series, you're going to notice that we grew a lot of mold. We grew some mildew in our trays, and that ended up killing a lot of the seeds before they even had a chance to grow. So what I've learned over the process is that some plants love a lot of water, some don't. If you are growing peppers, the majority of our crop this year was hot peppers, from reapers, yellow Scotch bonnets, jalapenos, scorpions. We grew a cornucopia of different peppers, and what I've noticed about the hot peppers is they don't like a lot of water. You can water them, and then once that water dries up in the basin, you will notice that the soil still stays really damp. And then once that dampness of the soil starts to go away, that's typically when you want to rewater. You don't ever want your soil, here, look at this one. I don't know if you can see this or not. The soil is still pretty damp. I've watered this maybe 3 days ago, and I fill up the basin probably about that much worth of water. It goes into the holes on the bottom of this, and then that soaks up into the soil. The roots get it. It's a very natural way of growing your plants inside. And you keep doing this until the soil just starts to dry out a little bit, but the top is not clumping when I do that. So that means it's probably going to need some more water here shortly. But if you're growing hot peppers like a little bit of dryness. The majority of hot peppers grow in very hot climates. So by mimicking that throughout the heating pads with the lighting and the dryness of the soil, you're gonna end up getting a better yield on your crops by not watering it as much. Granted, I did not know this in the beginning, so you're gonna notice I water a lot. And even now, I'm still a little concerned. You know, when things start to get dry, I freak out a little bit and I'm like, you're not gonna grow, you're gonna die. But they can do really well just by leaving them dry for a few days. So how often do you water? How wet is the soil that you're growing in? If it starts to get a little dry, water it again. All right, and that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for joining us on our garden adventure. Make sure you like and subscribe because it makes me feel fuzzy inside. If you do have any questions, put them down in the comments. Now, while I don't know everything, I am always happy to help out where I can. So ask questions, I will help, and hopefully other people will be watching this video too, and they can answer your questions as well. Join us next time watching the main series, which is the real adventure, and then watching the 0.5 series, which is the explainer videos, because I didn't do a good enough job during the first taping. I had to do it again. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.